I have an extremely important message for you. A message that I received that I must share with you, along with something that you can do right now that could be life-changing for you. Do you desire to go to the new earth? Do you desire the peace, the joy, the abundance, and the awakening that all of us can experience? It's possible. I'm going to share the message and a tool for you today. Get ready. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an awesome life. I've got something so special for you today. Woo-wee! Okay, first of all, those of you who've been watching me for a while know that one of the videos that gets the most views is manifest anything in 3 seconds. 3 seconds to manifest anything. Why? Because it was such a simple exercise that helped anybody who used this method to go from a negative thought to a positive. Why did we want to do that? Well, I had you choose things that you desire, because what you focus on, you manifest. So I was getting you out of the 90% of the day when you have negative thoughts and getting you to put the positive thoughts on what you desired, and we would shift all day, all day, okay? So I actually have a free mobile app if you want to load it that's called What Am I Manifesting? So I get you to think, what am I manifesting? That thought is what you're manifesting. The second one I gave you, and I've given you a couple of the 3 seconds. I like the 3 seconds because it's quick and it gets you out of a negative pattern. The second one was, instead of thinking about what I want to manifest, I had you switch into a positive frequency. What's my frequency in 3 seconds? Where am I with that frequency? Now, why did I have you go to more advanced manifesting techniques? Because when you go to a higher frequency, anything's possible. So you don't have to focus on the car or the better paying job or the great relationship or whatever it is. When you go to a high frequency, you have no barriers. So you think about something and it manifests. The higher you go, the faster that happens, because you don't have any negative thoughts or blocks about the thing you desire. A high frequency has no negative thoughts. That's why I wanted you to focus on the higher thoughts instead of the thing that you desire if you wanted to go to an advanced manifesting technique. Does this make sense? We're going to do it again today. Today we're going super advanced, sort of a spiritual butt kick for you. I asked for a message, and as you know, I am not a channeler, but I do receive messages just like you do. And I'm always asking for tools that can help you and give you messages so that you know what's going on out there. Now, as you saw in my predictions for 2020 and beyond, the predictions are from those who predicted amazing things in the past, that we control the future. So I'm not going to tell you anything that's going to happen, because we get to choose it. And that was the whole point of the prediction, is that Nostradamus, Edgar Cayce, Dolores Cannon, who, you know, the beings that she connected to, all gave the same message, that they don't know what the future is because we're creating it, and we're doing it through a frequency. And that the higher spiritual frequency we go into, the more we shift into a completely different kind of earth. So the things that may have happened that were catastrophic will not happen in that higher frequency, because there's no density in it. There's no wars. There's no, you know, whatever else that goes on that is struggle and suffering and pain. We start to pull out of that. This is what's happening now, and I'm going to share the message with you, and I'm going to give you a tool, because today we're going super advanced. We want to, of course, manifest the things that we desire, but as higher frequencies, we're not really focused on that, because a higher frequency manifests. So it's no big deal. I had you shift into miracles. If you've taken Shift into Miracles, you can spend 3 hours with me. There's a discount code. What is that? A miracle is simply a higher frequency. And because we're not in that very often, we call them miracles. We can actually do those all day long, right? But because most of us are in lower frequencies, you know, maybe we're in third or fourth, we're worried, we're pointing fingers, we're guilty, saying nasty stuff to people, no reason to do that ever. So we cannot perform miracles in a space where we are limiting ourselves. Why do some people get miracles? Because they let go of all of it. And usually it's because they're in such a bad condition. They have nothing else to lose. They let it all go, and then the miracle happens because there's no barrier between them and that miracle. Does this make sense? We're going to do that today. But here's what I want to help you with, because we have problems shifting into that. So I'll have you shift in a higher frequency, but today we're going to shift into the new earth. We're going to shift into fifth. You only have to go to fifth dimension to go to the new earth, because then you'll start to practice and it's just going to get better and better and higher. We're going to shift into fifth. You can do that. Now we are going into a new earth. Here's the message that I requested, some kind of message about what's going on that could shift you into something amazing. And I received it. It cannot be stopped. All right? The frequency, the new earth, it cannot be stopped. What does that mean? We have hit a tipping point of going into the new earth, the golden era, that cannot be stopped. So you might say, well, if we are creating our future predictions and we can change anything, that's not necessarily true. No, it is true. The prediction right now is ours, that we created. It cannot be stopped because we have chosen the new era. We have chosen a new earth. A very big percentage of people, more than everybody, says only 1%, only 2%, only 5%. No one knows. Everyone can go. Everyone has the choice to go. It cannot be stopped. It is already going. We chose it. We've been raising our frequency. We're asking to be awakened. The crisis right now is what we created because we are not accepting the old world, and this is forcing massive change into a different world. We can never go back to that other world. Your life is every day. It's not something you're going to go back to. It's every day. This is it now. This is your life, and we're in the middle of transforming it into something completely different than the way we've been living. So here is how you go into that new earth. First of all, we've been meditating as a globe. That has been raising the frequency. The planet is the highest it's ever been in the history of the planet. That's documented. Right? We know about all of this. It's been monitored, and then these mass meditations have shown that it keeps raising. We keep raising our own frequency. It's affecting the planet. The planet's already on its way. It's going. It's going to keep going higher. Now here's the deal. You still get to choose whether you go with that or not. So it's happening. It is happening. Yay. What does that mean? There's dimensions and a whole world, a reality, and it's all individual too. But the dimensions and the frequencies are going to split. In other words, you can participate in that fifth dimensional, peaceful new earth. You get to go there. Everyone gets to choose to go there. But right now, the message is it's happening. You get to choose if you go there. So it's going to happen with or without you. It's already being accelerated because we have hit a tipping point. That's the good news. Yay, we're doing it. We're wanting to awaken. We're caring more about one another than getting the fancy stuff or winning the damn lottery. Right? What's that about? You're not doing it to help other people, because you can do that right now. And fifth dimensional people know that you hold power, and money doesn't give you that power. Money comes when you have that power, and you have it now if you know it and you claim it. Not, I claim it, I have it, this is going to happen. That's not a high frequency. I'm talking about a real high frequency. And so that takes real focus. Here's the tool I'm going to give you. It's 3 seconds to shift into fifth. Now, we changed the focus of the thought. We changed the frequency of the thought. We thought about why we even had it. What's the root of that negative thought, for those of you who can't seem to clear it out. And now we're going to go 3 seconds into fifth. What does that mean? It means that you can now start thinking, feeling, believing, living as a fifth dimensional person. When you do that, you shift into it. You shift into it. So now we have programming and residual energy and some negativity that has to be cleared up because we still have patterns and triggers and all that stuff. This is where you have to be on your game every split second. If you want to live in a fifth dimensional earth, you can start doing it now. So before we start the exercise, I want to share with you what people will do and what you might find yourself doing. So you're going to still have a tendency to want to look at what's out here and say, I can't possibly be in fifth if I'm seeing this go on. Now, other people are saying, how can you say, things are okay when we're experiencing this? We have different realities. So you could be walking around and things will be going on with the other people who are choosing lower frequencies will still play it out. You're not going to participate in it anymore, all right? You're not going to get sucked into it. You're not going to watch it, focus on it. You're going to shift over here, focus your actions, your thoughts, and everything else on the new earth. So a lot of people say, I need to be informed. Oh, what a load of crap. We know that. Be the news. A fifth dimensional person creates these things. A fifth dimensional person sees this, observe it, and creates this. Lower dimensional people watch it because they really enjoy it. Come on, let's be really honest. Let's be really honest. No more lies. They enjoy it. They're addicted to it. And they're not doing anything about it. I feel bad. What am I going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know. What are you going to do? There are people out there doing stuff. And this is the new earth. The new earth are people that are taking action. They are changing the thoughts. They are shutting down the stuff that's negative and focusing on the things that are positive that they have control over. And that's your own life. 3 seconds to shift into fifth. Every chance you get all day long, here's the exercise, get ready. Within 3 seconds, I always say 3 because you got to catch yourself. You have to go over here and make a choice, and then you take the action. Am I in fifth? Is that a fifth dimensional thought? Is that a fifth dimensional action? Everything in the fifth dimension is on a higher, all-loving, unconditionally loving, no judgment, no separation, accepting frequency. So when you have those 3 seconds and you catch yourself, here's the question. Is that a fifth? Is that a fifth dimensional person? Would that thought be fifth dimensional? Would that action be fifth dimensional? Would those words, if you ever dictate to somebody else what they must do to be okay, or you impose your opinion on somebody else to make them wrong, that is a lower frequency. You're not allowing choice. You're not unconditionally accepting and loving. And you're not right for them. You're right for you. Let it go. Anything that has to be right is a lower frequency. You're allowed your thoughts and opinions, of course. That's how you're getting to choose the fifth dimension. You're choosing love. You're choosing unconditional love, meaning you're choosing no more judgment. That's the lowest one, judgment. That's separation. You're wrong. I'm right. That's the ego totally in control. And that, guess what? That's where wars take place. That's where illness takes place. In the higher frequency, you will boost your immune system, In this higher frequency, you will start to see things happen that are amazing. Many of you are experiencing the birds are like going cray-cray right now, probably because there's no pollution out there like there was. If you've seen pictures of the cities before and after right now, Thailand and Los Angeles, South America, all the major cities, you can actually see them. This is a new earth. We do not have to go back to that earth that we were living on. And if you don't desire to, then you can shift into fifth all day long, 3 seconds. Is that a fifth dimensional person? Is that a fifth dimensional action? Is that a fifth dimensional thought? And you'll know it. So it's not just a positive or negative or, something I want versus something I don't desire. If you want to be in the new earth, you cannot. It is impossible for you to have judgment, blame, anger. You can't do it. Why? Because that's a lower frequency, and a fifth dimension's fifth dimension. You can't tune into a third dimension and be in a fifth dimension. You can't hit the button on the elevator for the 4th floor when everything's happening on the 5th. Where is everybody? You're on the 4th floor. Where is everybody? No, you have to hit the 5th floor. And that means you have to be that. Those elevators are powered by your frequency. You can't go to a 5th floor dimension unless you have a 5th floor frequency. It's impossible. This is why it's so critical right now. This is happening right now. You're either feeling it or you're not. And don't concern yourself about the residuals, the residual thoughts, the residual fear, the residual negativity. It's that you're going to stop acting on it. You're going to stop allowing it to be real for you. You're going to stop believing it. So when you have a judgment about somebody's bad and they're this and they're that and there's that, well, that makes you the lower dimension because you're having negative thoughts about other people, and that is not a godlike, Christ-like, or any other prophet or beliefs that you have frequency, because we know that is pure, amazing love. It's time to go there. And we're shifting right now. It's not a future event. It's happening right now. It's documented, and it cannot be stopped. We have a tipping point. You get to choose if you go or not. What does that mean? We will all still experience the transition of the planet. You'll be aware of the things that are happening. They will fall off. Your world will change. Things that happen in your life will change. You will start to feel like you are in a higher dimension. You will feel the hope and the joy that we are shifting. You're going to see the positive things happening. You're going to participate in the positive things happening. So it doesn't mean you're not going to see stuff happening. You're just going to stop focusing on it, giving it attention, and you're going to be focused on that fifth dimensional world that you're creating, that earth. Because you're now going to be part of the transition, not part of the problem. And those who stay here and say, this is happening, that's happening, don't get it. It's happening because that's what you believe and that's what you're creating, and you're doing nothing to change it. All right? Does this make sense? Am I a fifth dimensional person? Was that a fifth dimensional thought? Have I forgiven? You can still be human. You're still going to be human. You're still going to do things. You're still going to have your coffee and your glass of wine and maybe you swear once in a while. Everything's about intention. Everything's about intention, right? It's what you're feeling and thinking about everything that you do that's counting. And if that is on a higher frequency, and those intentions are positive, you're still going to be a human being. It's okay. You still will experience those feelings and all the things that go on. So don't think that that's going to go away. At some point it will dissolve. We'll all experience that. But as a human being on this transitional earth, this amazing time that we're going through, you get to participate in the split of these things. So remain steadfast, experience the density of the planet, but you'll no longer participate in it. And it's not going to bother you. You're not going to go, oh, well, what's this is happening? This, okay, it's happening over here. You're observing it. Great. What are you doing to create the fifth, to participate in the fifth, to shift into the fifth? It's not sitting there saying, meh. That's helplessness. And you're not helpless. You have the power of the universe flowing through you, is you, making individual choices for this experience that you call yourself, human. Let's go there. That's what we came here for. That's what it's all about. Drop all the worry about the other stuff. This too shall pass. It's time to focus on who and what you are. It's time to shift into fifth. 3 seconds. Am I in fifth? Is that a fifth dimension thought? Is that a fifth dimension action? Is that a fifth dimensional human being? Any of that. You know if it is or not. And that's why I do the 3 seconds to raise your frequency. You know if your frequency is high or not. You know what your intentions are. Don't tell yourself the big lie. The big lie is, well, I need to watch the news. Well, I need to. No. It's baloney. Quit lying to yourself. You know what your lower frequency is, and you know what you could be doing instead of focused on lower frequency stuff. You could be doing amazing things. Are you going to do it? Shift into fifth. Let's get going, my friend. You can go down and shift into miracles is down there. That helps you. I'm coming out with a shift into miracle e-course. I just started it, and I'm going to announce that because a lot of you, the 3 hours masterclass that I offer down here with, there's a discount code. A lot of you want that daily attention, that daily practices, all those things that you want to keep going. So I want to do that for those of you who really want to go into the daily practices with me. All right, so I'm going to work on that. I'll announce it. The mobile app is down there. That's free. The iPhone is not ready as of this. I know it's May. I don't know what's going on. They're working on it. So, higher dimensional work. You want to create some? We have internet marketing courses. This is a free workshop. The workshop and the webinars talk about the industry, the training, how you can use it to create a business for yourself, how you can enhance an existing business, or just how to create income online so that you can get away from a negative job, a lower frequency job. That's a huge one. You can't go into a plant that's destroying the planet. Well, I need income. Well, then you're making a choice. You're making a choice, and I know it's tough, but there are other choices. So we want you to pay your bills. We don't want you to make a choice that's not good for you, right? You have to flourish. So you have to choose something that is higher and then release that. And that's going to be necessary. You cannot have jobs, careers, relationships in a lower frequency that are abusive, that don't resonate with you anymore. You cannot live in that world if you're going to live in the fifth. That's how we change the world. You can't run a destructive manufacturing plant. If there are no workers, if people refuse to work there, they will have to clean up their act, literally. Or do something different that is more beneficial to us as a human species. These are the choices we're making. They're big ones, huge ones, and you can participate. You alone, by not eating certain things, by not using drugs, by not doing certain things that are destructive, you're wielding amazing power, because it just takes one person to raise the frequency of the planet, one light being at a time. Blessings to you, my friend. I hope you liked my download. I was very excited to share it with you today. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.